She killed it. She killed it.
She killed the chicken?
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're looking at tear-jerking, heart-wrenching scenes in live action and animated television.
The underground awaits.
At least this time I'm awake for your goodbye.
Not only should you expect spoilers ahead, but you should also have a box of tissues and ice cream on standby. Number 50, Goodbye Brian Griffin, Family Guy. Following another time-travelling misadventure, Brian and Stewie decide to take some time to enjoy life.
God, look at this day, huh? You know, usually I'd be sitting inside writing, you'd be working on one of your machines, but here we are enjoying it.
Yes, it is a nice change of pace.
However, the sentimental moment comes to a crashing halt when Brian gets hit by a car. With his family by his side, Brian succumbs to his wound and peacefully passes on.
I guess what I'm trying to say is, he was like a brother to me, and I'm gonna spend the rest of my life missing him.
We're all gonna miss him, Peter.
The Griffins get another dog 1 month later, but Stewie and the audience can't get past the shock of losing the iconic talking dog. Of course, they'd later bring Brian back, making the whole ordeal feel pointless, but it does carry a powerful message.
Brian, look out! What the hell? You're alive, my friend!
What? Of course I'm alive. What the hell's going on here?
Life is short and can end in an instant, so be sure to show your loved ones how much they matter every chance you get.
Hey, who are you talking to out here?
A pretty awesome guy.
Oh, pretty awesome guy. Why don't you marry him, huh? All right, game on! Ah! Stu S.A. Stu S.A.
Number 49, We'll Meet Again, Mid-Century Modern. It's hard not to love Sybil Schneiderman's dysfunctional yet loving relationship with her son, Bunny, and his roommates. However, halfway through the season, tragedy struck behind the scenes as Sybil's actress, Linda Lavin, passed away.
Bunny, you okay?
Sybil died.
What?
They have Sybil die off screen, with Bunny struggling to cope before his roommates help him write a eulogy in her honour. The episode ends with Bunny playing one last tribute to his mother on the piano.
We'll meet again. Don't know where, don't know when, but I know we'll meet again some sunny day.
Following this, a montage of Sybil's best moments is shown, accompanied by Lavin's cover of We'll Meet Again.
But I know we'll meet again some sunny day.
Between the genuine emotions and the loving tribute, this episode helped say goodbye to a wonderful actress and a person whose energy gave this sitcom its funny, heartfelt tone. Number 48, Simon and Marceline, Adventure Time. In another one of his insane princess-chasing schemes, Ice King recruits Marceline to help write a song.
We can be a prog rock duo. I'll even split the fans with you. I get the princesses and you get whatever it is you're into.
Marceline is uncomfortable around him, but not for the reason that you'd think. Near the end, we find out that they knew each other long ago, when Ice King was still Simon Petrikov. He looked after Marceline when she was a child, but the crown's influence warped his mind and wiped out his memory of Marcy.
You don't remember anything, do you, Simon?
What, man?
Why do you even come see me when you don't remember me? You don't even know who you are.
Anyone who has a loved one with Alzheimer's will feel Marceline's pain, forced to watch as their memories fade away every day, with seemingly no way to help them as they get worse and worse.
Marceline, is it just you and me in the wreckage of the world? That must be so confusing for a little girl.
Number 47, Willow's Tragedy, Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Hey, clothes. Better not get used to them.
Yes, ma'am.
Love is in the air for Willow and Tara. Things are finally going well, a little too well. Meanwhile, outside, Buffy is confronted by Warren with a gun. He fires and one of the bullets flies right through the window, straight through Tara's heart. Tara dies almost instantly, Willow crying out in anguish before succumbing to the darkness within her. Arguably, the only ones who took this loss harder than Willow were the audience. Killing off a popular character was bad enough, but killing off one half of a lesbian couple when they found happiness, that's just cruel and unusual, even if it wasn't intentional.
I love you guys.
Number 46, Poor Vincent, Doctor Who.
It seems to me there's so much more to the world than the average eye is allowed to see. I believe if you look hard, there are more wonders in this universe than you could ever have dreamed of.
In today's sci-fi adventure, the Doctor and Amy travel back to 1890 to meet renowned painter Vincent van Gogh, who is in a deep depression.
One more drink, I'll pay tomorrow. No. Or, on the other hand, slightly more compassionately, yes?
Any historian knows how Van Gogh eventually took his own life, but Amy feels that they can change fate by showing Vincent the legacy his art left behind. Vincent's overwhelmed tears of joy are more than enough to get our own tear ducts flowing.
To my mind, that strange, wild man who roamed the fields of Provence was not only the world's greatest artist, but also one of the greatest men who ever lived.
Vincent, sorry. I'm sorry, is it too much?
Tragically, it's not enough to prevent the inevitable. The sad fact is that depression isn't something that can be magically fixed with one happy experience. The ups and downs of life go hand in hand, and wherever they take us is out of our control.
We didn't make a difference at all.
I wouldn't say that. The way I see it, every life is a pile of good things and bad things.
Number 45, George Cooper passes on. Young Sheldon.
I know there's a lot of change, but sometimes change could be good.
Tell that to the woolly mammoth. You can't because they went extinct.
Throughout this Big Bang Theory prequel, we were given several cryptic hints that Sheldon would lose his father, George Cooper Sr., at a young age. In the final 3 episodes, the inevitable happens. George passes away from a fatal heart attack.
Mary, we got some bad news.
Where's George?
I'm so sorry. He had a heart attack.
Sheldon is perplexed by how everyone is grieving. Meanwhile, he keeps replaying the very last time he saw his father in his head. He obsesses over what he wishes he could have said, and what he could take back if he had another chance. While young Sheldon couldn't get the words out, adult Sheldon's words speak volumes, reminding us that not even the smartest people are immune to human emotion.
I didn't say it at his funeral, but I can say it now. I loved my father. I will miss him forever.
Number 44, Carter's survivor's guilt. ER.
I'm getting you through this, man. You hear me?
The hospital is having a huge Valentine's Day party, and everyone's having a good time. Dr. Carter breaks away from the party and finds a Valentine's card, only to be suddenly stabbed by a disturbed patient. As he lies on the floor, bleeding, he's horrified to see another victim in the room, Lucy Knight, his former student. Miraculously, Carter pulls through, albeit with kidney problems. Unfortunately, Lucy does not survive her wounds, and dies not too long after. Carter is plagued with horrible survivor's guilt following Lucy's death, made worse by the two's rocky relationship throughout the show.
Lucy's dead, isn't she?
Our hearts leaped out of our chests when Carter reunited with his and Lucy's assailant a few seasons later.
You're out.
I'm better. I'm sorry. That wasn't me who did that to you. To your friend. You know that, right? You're a doctor, you know it's a disease.
Number 43, Chucky's mother, Rugrats. It's Mother's Day in the Pickles household, and the babies try to help Chucky find a mummy.
Oh yeah, you don't got to, Mom, do you, Chucky? Nope. How come? I don't know. I just don't got one.
He finds a photo of a lady, showing it to his father. Chaz reveals that the woman is Chucky's late mother, Melinda. Despite his reluctance, Chaz tells Chucky all about Melinda, including her love for gardening and the diary that she kept. The very last entry in the book is a poem for Chucky about how, even though he can't see her, Melinda will always be there for her only son.
The last thing she wrote in it was a poem for you. My sweet little Chucky. Though I must leave you
behind me, this poem will tell you where you always can find me.
It's impossible not to get misty-eyed hearing Melinda's voiceover reading the poem, especially for those who have experienced their own losses.
When the long grass enfolds you, that's me holding you tight. When the whippoorwill sings, that's me whispering, night.
Number 42, Homer's mother, The Simpsons. What starts with Homer faking his death to get out of work takes an unexpected turn when he makes a jaw-dropping discovery. His late mother, Mona Simpson, is actually still alive.
Mom?
Homer?
I thought you were dead!
I thought you were dead!
The reunion is heartwarming, but it does raise one question. Where has she been all this time?
Oh, it's a very complicated story. Let's just enjoy this moment.
Sadly, some legal troubles forced her to stay away from Homer for most of his life. Even now, she has to run from the law again.
It might be nice to rest for a while.
Mom, there's nothing to be alarmed about.
But could you take one last look at the family and join me in the kitchen?
At least this time they get to say goodbye as Mona assures Homer that she'll always love him before driving out of his life once more.
You have a mother, and she's truly proud of you.
The final somber shot reminds us of Homer's humanity, especially when dealing with heartbreak. Number 41, the chicken, MASH.
No, I'll tell you what I find upsetting is being in here. I want you to get me out of here.
While in the hospital, Hawkeye is forced to recall a haunting incident when he was on an escaping bus with refugees. A woman was in the back with a loud chicken, and Hawkeye ordered her to keep quiet. At that moment, it became eerily silent.
Keep that damn chicken quiet!
Then what happened?
Then I went back toward the front of the bus.
The woman had killed the chicken, but it wasn't really a chicken. The woman had smothered her own child, and Hawkeye inadvertently caused it. The incident was too traumatic for Hawkeye to bear, and he misremembered it as a coping mechanism. No war is without its tragedies. No one makes it out without scars of any kind, especially the mental ones.
I didn't mean for her to kill it.
Number 40, Kevin's last voiceover, The Wonder Years. For 6th season, Kevin Arnold pines for his childhood friend, Winnie Cooper, and narrates his coming of age through an almost unrelentingly nostalgic lens.
And so Winnie and I had our one slow dance after all. But things wouldn't be the same between us. We were getting older.
While the two do end up getting together later in the series, all is not as it seems. In the series finale, the two spend a romantic night together, and Kevin leaves us with one final narration that pulls the curtain back on a lot of its rosy-eyed view of adolescence.
The next day, Winnie and I came home. Back to where we'd started. It was the 4th of July in that little suburban town. Somehow, though, things were different.
He tells us that in the intervening years, his father passes away, and he and Winnie move on without each other.
Winnie left the next summer to study art history in Paris. Still, we never forgot our promise. We wrote to each other once a week for the next 8 years. I was there to meet her when she came home, with my wife and my first son, 8 months old.
In an instant, The Wonder Years reminds us that it's not about happily ever after. It's about the fleeting innocence and wonder of childhood. Number 39, Marissa's death, The OC. Fans knew that actress Misha Barton was leaving the show at the end of season 3, but no one was prepared for what a gut punch it would be.
Okay.
Yeah.
So weird talking about that night. Last time we were here, I was leaving, and now you are.
Marissa Cooper and Ryan Atwood went through a lot together, but it was a dangerous ex, Kevin Volchok, who proved to be her downfall.
What is he doing?
What the hell?
All right, hold on.
Kevin drives Ryan and Marissa's car off the road. Ryan carries her from the wreckage as a mournful song plays, and she dies in Ryan's arms.
Baby, I've been here before. I've seen this room and I've walked this floor.
It's not just a proper send-off, it's almost operatic, played for maximum drama, and we're still not over it. Number 38, Over the Top, Blackadder. The 4th series of this historical comedy follows Rowan Atkinson's Blackadder as a fearful captain in the First World War.
I think the phrase rhymes with clucking bell.
Highlighting the folly and madness of war itself, the final episode sees him and his men having to face their fate.
I mean, I'm the last of the tiddly-winking leapfroggers from the golden summer of 1914. I don't want to die. Really, not over keen on dying at all, sir.
The jokes come to a halt as they realise what they'll have to do.
This is, as they say, it.
I'm afraid so, unless I can think of something very quickly.
In slow motion, we watch as they run into battle and seemingly to their deaths. Previous incarnations of Blackadder had managed to dodge all sorts of period-based deaths and mishaps, but even he can't avoid the all-encompassing destruction of modern warfare. Audiences couldn't believe the show went there. Number 37, Matt buries his father, Friday Night Lights. Not even Matt Saracen's success on the football field can bond him with his father, Henry.
Get him next time, Matt.
You're sending me to Oklahoma.
Play football anywhere.
Go to hell, Dad.
What'd you say?
Said go to hell.
The two's rocky relationship is marked by tension and misunderstanding. In season 4, Henry is killed in Iraq. In the aftermath, we watch as Matt becomes distant and volatile, simultaneously having to process his father's death and their lifelong emotional distance.
I guess my dad was just a funnier person than he really let on. He was kind of private in that way, and I don't really know why.
But the part that really gets us is at Henry's funeral, when Matt stays at the gravesite. He grabs a shovel and takes it upon himself to bury his father. For a show that constantly tugged at our heartstrings, they went way too far with this one. Number 36, Christina's goodbye message, Parenthood.
Hi guys, it's Mom. Duh. I figured out how to use the computer, so I thought I'd leave you a little...
Over 6 seasons, we saw the Braverman family go through an emotional rollercoaster, but they always managed to pull through with humour and genuine care for each other.
I am very proud of you.
I hope we meet in the end.
In so many ways.
But Christina Braverman's cancer diagnosis was one of the show's most emotional storylines. In season 4, when sepsis lands her in the hospital, Christina directs her husband to a video that she recorded for their children in the event of her death.
Hattie, golly, I am so incredibly proud of you. Honey, you are my beautiful, strong, smart, sensitive, lovely angel.
The idea alone is devastating, but seeing Christina bare her soul for what may be her children's last memory of her is easily Parenthood's most harrowing scene.
I'll always be with you. And I'm so lucky I got to be your mom.
Number 35, Candy's funeral, Pose. Set amid the New York City ball culture of the 1980s, the FX series constantly dished out wit and fabulousness. But it was also true to the lives of the performers who inspired it.
You won't regret your words. I'm a star. I know who I am.
In season 2, Candy Ferocity is murdered. Her friends, colleagues, and even a few enemies gather at her funeral, where the vulnerable community elder, Pray Tell, delivers a eulogy about the lasting legacy of Candy.
We didn't always see eye to eye, but she was still my sister. Like you all are my sisters, and my siblings, and my children, my cousins. Y'all know family don't always get along.
But it's much bigger than that. It's a tribute to all of the real-life people who inspired her, and who were cut down in their prime due to the same transphobic violence.
Today we mourn, but tomorrow we stand firmly together, never losing sight of who we truly are.
Number 34, Jen's video to her daughter, Dawson's Creek. Before she went on to become a multi-time Oscar-nominated performer, Michelle Williams was introduced to audiences on Dawson's Creek. In the series finale, a 5-year time jump sees Jen Lindley as a young single mother who is dying of a fatal heart condition.
I mean, from the second that I stepped out of that cabin onto the creek, I was the instigator, you know? Grow caused problems and rocked the creek and upset the delicate emotional balance of Capeside, and I don't want Amy to be that person.
Longtime friend and sometime lover Dawson helps her record a video to leave behind.
By the time you see this, I won't be here anymore. And I know how much that sucks for both of us.
As if it weren't heartbreaking enough, listening to her list all of the things that she needs her daughter to know and understand about life, Sarah McLachlan's Angel starts to play.
Be sure to make mistakes. Make a lot of them. Because there's no better way to learn and to grow, all right?
If you want to ruin a millennial's whole day, just remind them of this scene.
You don't be afraid, sweetheart. And remember, to love is to live.
Number 33, The Talent Show, Derry Girls. This beloved comedy is constantly contrasting the goofy coming-of-age antics of a bunch of Northern Irish girls and the death and destruction of the Troubles.
We get expelled.
Nobody ever actually gets expelled. Rhonda Gallagher hasn't even been expelled and she's an ARA. So that's probably why.
This was never more affecting than in the first season finale. Just when we think things are ending on a light note with an innocent, kind of embarrassing, but ultimately hilarious dance at the school talent show, the show pulls a rug out from under us.
At least 12 people are thought to be dead, and many more wounded. Emergency services are urging anyone with medical training to come to the scene immediately.
The moment is suddenly juxtaposed with a news bulletin about a deadly bombing. It drives home to the point that while these girls are at least trying to have a normal existence, there is always the looming threat of terrorism, violence, and war. Number 32, Denise Comes Out, Master of None. Aziz Ansari and Alan Yang's acclaimed dramedy took us deep on the character of Denise in this Emmy-winning holiday episode. The defining moment sees her finally coming out as gay to her mother, Catherine, played to brilliant effect by Angela Bassett.
Ma, I'm gay.
You what?
As Catherine digests her daughter's admission, we're treated to insert some flashbacks to all the signs of Denise's true self throughout the years.
Look at Denise over there, staring at D'Angelo.
In some ways, all the signs were there for her mother to read.
Oh, you used to make that look for Rachel from Friends. I always thought you were looking at Joey. Joey? Why are you serious? That character was an idiot.
The intrusion of past conversations and interactions on the present moment illuminates the profound emotional weight of Denise's coming out. Number 31, Emily demands to go first. Gilmore Girls. Richard Gilmore lands in the hospital with angina in this season 1 episode. Between the fast-paced dialogue, Gilmore Girls managed to slip in a truly devastating moment.
Now, if I could just find you some different sheets.
Our will is in my lower left drawer. Dennis has a copy in case there's a problem.
Maybe I can get Dava to bring some from home.
Emily, this is serious.
Emily Gilmore gave new meaning to the word staunch. She is demanding and perfect almost to a fault, and it's rare to see the cracks in her facade. But when faced with Richard's mortality, she makes one more demand, that she die first because she can't bear to live without him.
Richard Gilmore, there may be many things happening in this hospital tonight, but your dying is not one of them.
But...
No, I did not sign on to your dying, and it is not going to happen. Not tonight, not for a very long time. In fact, I demand to go first. Do I make myself clear?
Yes, Emily.
Of course, Richard agrees. It's one of the all too infrequent looks at the softer side of Emily. Number 30, Rue's eulogy to her dad, Euphoria. The death of Rue's father is commonly cited as one of the main reasons she developed substance use disorder at such a young age.
I remember a couple of days before you passed away, you told me that if I ever wanted to be with you, all I would have to do is close my eyes and we'd be together.
Season 2 delves deeper into this pivotal moment of her life. At the funeral, Rue's eulogy to her father is interspersed with their best and most tender times together.
You said that memories exist outside of time and have no beginning or end.
This would be heartrending enough without the context, but it snaps all of her pain and self-destruction into focus.
I miss you, Dad. I miss you until I close my eyes.
Because as much as the memories of her father meant to her, they also fuel all the agony that she tries to dull with substances. Number 29, Jack's death. This Is Us. The parallel storylines of two different generations of relatives was milked to dramatic and bittersweet heights over 6 seasons of This Is Us.
The house I grew up in wasn't an easy place to be a son. But it wasn't an easy place to be a mother, either.
We got to see the Pearsons at their lowest, but nothing could ever top the revelation of Jack Pearson's death. A fire on Super Bowl Sunday 1998 rocks the family's lives. Jack is the last one out of the burning house, with the family dog in his arms, but his heroics come at a price.
I never got batteries for the smoke detectors. That you asked me 3 times and I forgot.
And I was more than capable of getting those batteries myself.
Okay, so then why'd you keep asking me?
He dies from a heart attack at the hospital, leaving his wife and children behind. Rebecca's shock at his sudden and unfair passing isn't just realistic, it's exactly how we feel seeing it.
Babe, you want... Jack.
Number Number 28, ICE arrests Matteo. Superstore. In its 4th season finale, Superstore treated an ICE raid with its characteristic humour at first.
Matteo! Matteo! Guys, is coming!
Isn't it winter is coming?
Did you guys see the finale?
Nobody spoil it. I've never watched the show.
The company's upper management sends immigration agents to the store for Matteo, who is an undocumented immigrant, and the Cloud9 employees all come up with increasingly wacky diversions.
Whoa! Nice piece, dog. Was it like a Cougar Magnum?
It's a Glock.
Oh, nice. Very nice.
But the reality sets in when there's no way to curb the inevitable.
Stop, guys. It's okay. It's over.
Matteo is taken by the agents while his devastated co-workers can do nothing but watch. Despite all the exaggerated sitcom trappings, it's a sobering twist. Number 27, Dr. Greene's Goodbye, ER. Dr. Mark Greene was diagnosed with a fatal brain tumour in the 7th season. By the end of season 8, Greene was on his deathbed, with his family at his side.
Sit with me. Sit.
Given the constant rush of the emergency room, it's fitting that Greene instead spends his last moments in a serene and peaceful state. He dies in Hawaii as Israel Kamakawiwa Ole's rendition of Over the Rainbow plays. Mark Greene was a long-time figure on ER, and probably the closest thing the ensemble medical drama had to a lead character.
Don't cry for me.
I won't.
Generous. Always.
No matter how much changed to Cook County General Hospital, Dr. Greene remained. Losing him threatened to upend the entire show.
Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high.
Number 26, Charlie's Death, Lost. Amid the metaphysical mysteries of this game-changing survival drama, we could never be certain that any character was safe, no matter how beloved.
Hey, are you on the boat? Your boat? 80 miles offshore. Naomi, the parachutist.
I'm not on a boat. Who's Naomi?
Charlie Pace was a beloved fixture on the programme's first 3 seasons, but once season 3 came, the writing was on the wall for him. He makes the ultimate sacrifice by sealing himself in an airtight room when the villainous Mikhail detonates a grenade, causing a flood of water to rush into the Looking Glass station. By sealing himself in, he makes sure his fellow survivors can get away, drowning himself in the process. Number 25, Jane's Death, Breaking Bad. Any idea that Walter White is just a good guy trying to do well by his family all evaporates at this moment.
Jesse. Jesse.
His associate in a growing drug empire has begun seeing Jane, a troubled but loving young woman who also has a substance use disorder. But she threatens Walt with blackmail.
This is me telling you to do right by Jesse and bring him what you owe him. I don't call that blackmail. I call that you getting off your ass and being a decent human being.
Happening upon the unconscious couple after they've used, Walt sees Jane struggling to breathe and actively decides not to save her from choking to death. It's a harrowing and disturbingly realistic demise that ultimately proves one thing. Walt is willing to destroy Jesse's life and happiness in order to serve his own needs. Number 24, Adriana's Death, The Sopranos. Adriana Lacerva's sass and ability to stretch monosyllabic words into 4 or 5 syllables made her a fan favourite.
What do you think?
Of the script? Babe, I can't, give an opinion every time you add a sentence. I gotta have the whole story flow.
But when Christopher Moltisanti's longtime fiancé became an FBI informant in the 4th season, it became clear that her time was going to be up sooner rather than later.
They said all they wanted was some information and they would leave us alone. I didn't tell them nothing. I swear to God.
Her last episode is an experiment in terror. She's taken for one last ride into the woods by soprano family enforcer Silvio Dante.
I'd stop to eat, but I don't want to get to the hospital after Tony.
Not hungry.
It's almost too much to watch as she fights and begs for her life because we knew it was over the moment she got in that car with him. The only comfort is that she's one of the few deaths to happen off screen. Number 23, the Doctor and Rose say goodbye. Doctor Who. When you're an immortal, interdimensional being who has to sometimes jump between planes of existence at a moment's notice, you probably meet more people than most. But no one had quite the impact on the Doctor than Rose Tyler had.
Can I just say,
traveling with you. I love it.
Me too.
When the two are separated by a dimension breach in Doomsday, it's one of the long-running sci-fi series' most wrenching scenes. The two are able to meet on a bench via hologram for one last time. However, before the Doctor can tell her that he loves her, his hologram fails and the two are separated forever.
Rose Tyler.
The entire episode is a perfect fusion of science fiction, fantasy, and bittersweet romance. Number 22, James Sr. dies. Good times. This Norman Lear spin-off dealt with the Evans family, a working-class African-American family living in a Chicago housing project.
I want to talk to you about solving these problems. If you don't think shopping is a problem, try going with me sometime. While they got the whole world watching the price of gas, they are sneaking food prices up again.
The fourth season saw the Evanses preparing to move to Mississippi for better opportunities, but their dream came crashing down in one utterly tragic moment. When lead actor John Amos was fired in 1976, the writers killed off the family patriarch James Sr. in an off-screen car accident. They received the news at the worst possible time, in the middle of a going-away party with all of their neighbours and friends.
We regret to inform you that your husband, James Evans, was killed in an automobile. Oh my God.
His widow Florida Evans' grief hit the hardest. Good times continued on without James, but things were never quite the same. Number 21, Archie Alone, Archie Bunker's Place. After All in the Family ended in 1979, the Bunkers actually lived on in a sequel series, but viewers began to see less and less of his beloved wife, Edith.
Oh, Archie, that ain't gonna happen to me. I'll be all right, and so will you.
Oh, I ain't thinking of me. Don't think of me. Put me right out of your mind.
I did.
Then, when Archie Bunker's Place returned for its second season, Edith was written out and Archie was left a widower. After he finds one of her slippers, the normally stoic Archie begins speaking to his deceased wife as if she's in the room with him.
It wasn't supposed to be like this, you know. I was supposed to be the first one to go.
Then we watch him fall apart with sobs as he faces reality that his wife is really gone.
You had no right to leave me that way. Without giving me just one more chance to say I love you.
It's a far cry from the irascible, angry Archie Bunker that we're used to seeing. Number 20, Paul's death. 8 Simple Rules. A character's death can be a really hard plot development to get right. The makers of 8 Simple Rules didn't really have a choice. When original star John Ritter passed away in the middle of the sitcom's second season, his character, columnist Paul Hennessy, followed suit. His wife, played by Katie Segal, received the news that changes their lives forever.
Katie, I'm so sorry, sweetheart. Ooh, you're such a good man, a good husband, good father.
Oh, he was. He was.
The show's subsequent handling of Paul's death became a tragic mirror for what his on-screen family and fans were feeling in the aftermath of Ritter's passing. The family's usual laugh-a-minute jokes are replaced by a somber tone and constant reminders of Paul's absence.
And it's the knowledge that my wife and kids love me that makes it safe for me to wear pajamas and black socks to the breakfast table.
Oh my God. Dad, thank you.
Number 19, Sarah Lynn's death, BoJack Horseman. In an alternate version of Hollywood filled with humans and anthropomorphized animals, washed-up former TV star BoJack Horseman is constantly screwing up. One of his lowest points is when he goes on a bender with former child star Sarah Lynn.
I could never figure out what love meant, but right now I don't need to figure out anything. I just feel it. I love you, Sarah Lynn. Sarah Lynn? Sarah Lynn?
What?
Oh my God, thank God you're okay.
The two end up at Griffith Observatory, where Sarah passes away tragically as a result of their hard partying. The screen goes black, with BoJack helplessly repeating her name to no avail. It's yet another reminder that this show, animated though it may be, does not play around when it comes to sensitive subjects and real-life tragedy.
This moment, this one spectacular moment we are sharing together. Right, Sarah Lynn?
Number 18, Fleabag leaves. Fleabag. Wait, did we just get broken up with? Bittersweet is the word here. Yes, Fleabag will probably get over her agonizing, all-encompassing crush on the priest, but more importantly, she's gotten over us.
I love you too.
Fleabag has spent 2 seasons using the camera as her personal confessional, where she spills some vulnerable secrets but is always stepping out of her own life. The moment the series ends, there's a sense that she's finally learned to stay present in her own life. To do it, she has to say goodbye to us. It's a pitch-perfect ending to a show that always surprised us.
It wasn't very hard. I spent all this time trying to figure out why.
Number 17, If I Die Young, Glee. The quarterback will go down in history as one of the single saddest episodes of television ever produced. Glee star Corey Monteith's premature death was truly shocking. This season 5 episode dedicated to his character, football player Finn Hudson, is a wall-to-wall tearjerker. Most shockingly painful is the moment when cheerleader Santana Lopez sings the band Perry's If I Die Young to pay tribute to Monteith's character.
I know that Finn had his doubts about God, but I am convinced that Squishy Teats is up in heaven right now, plopped down next to his new best friend Fat Elvis, helping themselves to a picnic of baby back ribs smothered in butterscotch pudding and tater tot grease. So, this is for you, Hudson.
Actress Naya Rivera's chill-inducing cover ends with the performer in tears. Many fans find it even more heartbreaking in retrospect, as Rivera would pass away just a few years later.
Take me in the river at dawn. Send me away with the words of a love song. Oh,
No!
Number 16, Poussey's death. Orange is the new black. Near the end of season 4, a group of guards disrupt a peaceful protest in the cafeteria, and things take a turn for the deadly. Poussey Washington, a beloved inmate, is subdued and ultimately suffocated to death in a show of excessive force.
just let me talk to her.
Her death is a chilling reflection of real-world brutality. Watching her friend's reaction to losing her and the inevitable havoc it brings to the prison closes out the 4th season in an uncharacteristically bleak way. The denizens of Litchfield Penitentiary could sometimes fool us into thinking things aren't so bad inside. Unfortunately, Poussey's fate is an example of just how desperate their circumstances can get.
I'm sorry for your loss.
I'm so sick of people saying that, man, my loss. Like it was my 100-year-old granny who kicked it. Or like it was some tragic accident instead of cold-blooded murder.
Number 15, Denny's death. Grey's Anatomy. Every single storyline of the barn-burning 2nd season of the Shonda Rhimes medical drama comes to a head in its harrowing season finale. Love is alive at Seattle Grace Hospital, while it hosts an impromptu senior prom for Dr. Webber's ill niece. Amid all the tinsel and magic, the love story between Dr. Izzy Stevens and heart transplant recipient Denny Duquette comes to an abrupt end.
And now he's going to the morgue. Isn't that ridiculous? Isn't that the most ridiculous piece of crap you've ever heard?
The scene where her fellow doctors find Izzy lying in the deceased patient's arms is overwhelming to say the least. Snow Patrol's Chasing Cars fades in on the soundtrack, and Alex Karev carries the weeping Izzy away in his arms. It became a defining moment of the show.
I don't quite know how to say how I feel.
Number 14, Hodor's fate. Game of Thrones. He was a man of few words. However, the reason for his one word becomes so painfully clear in the season 6 episode, aptly named The Door. This whole time, Hodor was actually saying, "Hold the door." We learn that Bran Stark's disruption of time and space traumatized the young Hodor, giving him an image of his death.
Hold the door! Hold the door!
The consequences if this come to pass in The Door. Hodor's name takes on a deeply disturbing meaning as he holds the door to the hideout closed while White Walkers invade.
Hold the door! Hold the door! Hold the door! Hold the door! Hold the door!
The Red Wedding gets an honourable mention for the shock factor, but Hodor's loyalty earns Game of Thrones a spot on this list. Number 13, Mr. Feeney's Goodbye, Boy Meets World. For years, teacher George Feeney was watched with equal parts irritation and amusement as Corey and Eric Matthews and their friends have gotten into one adolescent mess after another. In the series finale, his students enter adulthood and their time together finally comes to an end. He gives the kids one last speech about doing good.
Believe in yourselves. Dream. Try. Do good.
Don't you mean do well?
No, I mean do good.
The moment brings out a lot of uncharacteristic sentiment from the veteran teacher. He manages to withstand their hugs and tears. Of course, he waits until they're out of the room to tell them he loves them. He is a professional until the end.
I love you all. Class dismissed.
Number 12, Ben's Funeral, Scrubs.
There's one more thing you have to do for me. You can't keep me from getting drunk. You have to forgive yourself for everything that went down the other day.
Don't let the comedy fool you. When Scrubs really dug into the hospital setting, it could be as sad as any medical drama. When Dr. Cox loses it, it's kind of like watching your dad cry. One fan favourite episode that sees him lose 3 transplant patients was rough.
Remember what you told me? The second you start blaming yourself for people's deaths, there's no coming back.
Yeah. You're right.
But in this legendary Season 3 episode, the usually stoic Dr. Cox is concerned with his beloved brother-in-law Ben's chronic illness. However, in the last scene, we realise Cox's conversations with Ben have been imaginary, and he's actually at his funeral. Ben passed away during the events of the episode.
But in the end, the most important thing to accept is that no matter how alone you feel, how painful it may be,
Have to make this mistake.
with the help of those around you,
And I don't have to
you'll get through this too.
Number 11, My Baby's Gone, The Golden Girls. The most heartbreaking moments are usually the ones when characters we think of as strong are overcome with emotion. Sophia Petrillo doesn't show her emotions very often, but she adores her children. One of the wisecracking Sicilian mother's running jokes involved comments on her unseen son Phil's love of dressing in traditionally feminine clothing.
The dress thing. Why didn't she stop the dress thing?
He's been doing that all his life. That didn't start with me.
Oh, so it's my fault.
But when Phil dies off-screen in Season 6, she's forced to confront her confusion about his love of cross-dressing. She directs her pain towards Phil's widow before ultimately breaking down and finally allowing herself to grieve.
Let go of the shame. So what if he was different? It's okay that you loved him.
For a character who wasn't seen, Phil's death was a true tearjerker.
What he was, Sophia, was a good man. My baby is gone. Oh, Sophia.
Number 10, Chidi exits. The Good Place. This afterlife sitcom managed to find new ways to reinvent itself as its characters achieved new levels of higher consciousness. But they're still human after all. The characters must prove themselves ready to end their time in the universe one by one. But the hardest transition occurs when Chidi and Eleanor spend their last night together.
I proposed a rule. The Chidis shouldn't be allowed to leave because it would make Eleanor sad. And I could do this forever. Zip you around the universe, showing you cool stuff. And I'd still never find the justification for getting you to stay.
He's struggled for so long with indecision. To see him make the ultimate choice with confidence and certainty is a beautiful thing. The complete serenity of the moment makes it all the more affecting.
Sunlight refracts when it passes through, and it's there, and you can see it, you know what it is, it's a wave. And then it crashes on the shore, and it's gone. but the water is still there.
Eleanor makes her peace with Chidi's leaving, but we are not okay. Number 9, Iroh's song, Avatar: The Last Airbender. While he's most remembered for dispensing sagely wisdom and brewing the perfect cup of tea, Uncle Iroh's role in the Tales of Ba Sing Se strikes a very different note.
While it is always best to believe in oneself, a little help from others can be a great blessing.
He spends the episode assisting the everyday citizens of the Earth Kingdom capital before winding up at the grave of the one person he couldn't help, his son. It's his birthday, and Iroh honours his late child with a stirring song that's all but guaranteed to leave you misty-eyed.
Leaves from the vine, falling so slow, like fragile tiny shells drifting in the foam.
The scene then ends with an on-screen tribute to Marco, Iroh's voice actor, who passed away before the episode's airing. On multiple levels, this song is an unforgettable farewell.
Come marching home, brave soldier boy, comes marching home.
Number 8, Buffy's mum dies. Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Watching Buffy Summers come home to find her mother's body is a scene that would be horrifying in any context.
What are you doing? Mom? Mom? Mommy?
Buffy's discovery of her death and her attempts to save her play out in real time. In seconds, the mighty Slayer is reduced to a scared child. Her conversation with the 911 operator is chilling.
She's cold.
The body is cold?
No, my mom. Should I make her warm?
No, if she's not responding to the CPR, best thing is to wait for the paramedics, okay?
When will they be here?
They're very nearby.
Buffy realises there's nothing anyone can do to make this better. The entire episode is designed to throw us off kilter.
No, it's too late.
Joyce?
They're coming for her. No,
Joyce!
we're not supposed to move the body.
With all the undead creatures, portal openings, and freak accidents that populate the Buffyverse, a death by natural causes almost feels supernatural in itself. Number 7, Henry Blake's death. MASH. Although MASH had serious moments in its early days, it tackled more and more dramatic subject matter as it progressed. One example is when co-lead McLean Stevenson left the show in season 3.
You behave yourself or I'm gonna come back and kick your butt.
His character, Lieutenant Colonel Henry Blake, has been discharged and is on his way home when the surgeons receive the news that his helicopter was shot down by the enemy. They take a moment to digest the information before going back to the surgery they're performing. It's a sobering moment that left millions of viewers shocked.
Lieutenant Colonel Henry Blake's plane was shot down over the Sea of Japan. It spun in. There were no survivors.
Yes, it's a war show, but this moment really brought home just how much was at stake for the characters. Number 6, final montage, 6 Feet Under.
Can't take a picture of this, it's already gone.
HBO's celebrated drama about the Fishers, a family who owns and operates a funeral home, is a show that's predictably preoccupied with death. But even after 5 seasons of characters dying, the final moments of the series is an awe-inspiring montage of the major characters' future demise. As Claire Fisher drives off to her new life in New York, we are shown each member of the family at the moment of their death. Like the series, their deaths are not as tragic as they are contemplative and inevitable, but that doesn't make them any less painful. These final glimpses into the future are breathtaking in their scope and power, cementing the show as an all-time classic. Number 5, Will's dad leaves again. The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Will Smith's leading character was a generally goofy, fun-loving teenager. When his absent father came back into his life, Will's aunt and uncle were skeptical about his commitment, and they had every right to be. When Will's dad once again breezes out of his life, it's the final straw.
It was great seeing you, son. You too, Lou.
Left alone with Uncle Phil, Will tries to hide his hurt with humor and rage.
Who needs him? Hey, he wasn't there to teach me how to shoot my first basket, but I learned, didn't I? Hey, I got pretty damn good at it too, didn't I, Uncle Phil? Got through my first date without him, right? I learned how to drive, I learned how to shave, I learned how to fight without him. I had 14 great birthdays without him. He never even sent me a damn card. To hell with him!
In the end, all he can do is weep over the father who doesn't want him. The scene is so powerful that it renders the studio audience pin-drop silent.
I'm gonna marry me a beautiful honey, and I'm having me a whole bunch of kids. I'm gonna be a better father than he ever was. And I sure as hell don't need him for that, because ain't a damn thing he could ever teach me about how to love my kids. How come he don't want me, man?
The episode doesn't give us a chance to breathe, foregoing the standard blooper reel at the end of many episodes. Number 4, Marshall's dad dies. How I Met Your Mother. A TV death that comes out of nowhere can turn fans against a show, but when it's done properly, a character's sudden death can mirror real life. Marshall and Lily are struggling to conceive a child.
So now I'm just scared that we won't be able to give you a grandchild.
Oh, Marshall, we don't care about that one bit. And if you guys want kids, there are other ways.
Later in the same episode, Marshall receives good news from the fertility specialist, only for Lily to arrive and tell him his father suffered a fatal heart attack.
Something's happened. Your father, he had a heart attack. He didn't make it.
My dad said?
The episode ends as the two sob in each other's arms. To ensure a genuinely shocked reaction, this twist ending was kept from actor Jason Segel until the cameras were rolling.
I'm not ready for this.
Number 3, Bill and Frank's Last Days, The Last of Us. In a largely standalone episode of the post-apocalyptic HBO series, a survivalist named Bill is found by a traveller, Frank. Over time, the two fall in love and live out their days in relative happiness, despite all of the zombies.
I'm sorry. For what?
Getting older faster than you.
I like you older. Older means we're still here.
Frank experiences a deteriorating quality of life due to a degenerative disease, and Bill, unwilling to go on without the man that he loves, arranges for their deaths.
I do not support this. I should be furious. But from an objective point of view, it's incredibly romantic.
They spend a last day together, one final meal, and go to bed together one final time. Their final moments are the climax to an unbearably moving hour of TV. Number 2, Mr. Hooper's death. Sesame Street. Since 1969, the citizens of Sesame Street have been teaching kids how to be citizens of the world. Big Bird and Oscar the Grouch existed alongside human characters like Mr. Hooper, the generous owner of the general store. But when performer Will Lee passed away in 1982, Sesame Street decided to use the moment as a very real lesson on the death of a loved one.
And we can remember him and remember him and remember him, much as we want to. But I don't like it. It makes me sad.
As informative as it is heartbreaking, the scene where the human characters explain Mr. Hooper's death to Big Bird may have been the first time many children learned about death.
Big Bird, it has to be this way because.
Just because?
Big Bird's childlike naivete is just as hard to watch decades later.
I'm gonna miss you, Mr. Looper.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. The Fate of Seymour. Futurama. This animated sitcom follows Fry, a 20th century pizza delivery boy who is frozen in time and awakes 1,000 years in the future. He finds the fossilized remains of his dog Seymour in a museum and plans to revive him using DNA cloning. Fry abandons the plan, thinking Seymour probably forgot about him. But in the most cursed, traumatizing, and tear-inducing flashback in the history of TV, we learn that isn't the case.
I had Seymour till he was 3. That's when I knew him, and that's when I loved him. I'll never forget him, but he forgot me a long, long time ago.
Seymour obeyed Fry's last command to stay and wait for him to come back until the end of his life. Now imagine how happy he would have been to wake up and see Fry after all that time. Weeping over Seymour is the one thing that can unify a broken world. What televised scenes made you bawl like a baby? Let us know in the comments.